Welcome to the Plan Commission for Monday, March 23rd, 2015. If you could, Zen, go ahead and call roll.
Elam. Here. Farrell.
Here.
Keach.
Here.
Knepp. Pagel. Here. Ritterbusch.
Here.
Smock.
Here.
Westlake.
Here.
And Zobrist.
Here.
Thank you. We have a quorum.
Thank you very much. Okay, first order of business this evening is the approval of the minutes from January 26th meeting. We did not have a meeting in February, so January 26, 2015, the meeting notes were included in your packet. Anyone here at the table have any questions, thoughts, or changes on those minutes? Hearing none, do we have a motion to approve them?
So moved.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Was it Pagel?
Second.
All right. Has been seconded. Go ahead and call.
Farrell.
Yes.
Keach.
Yes.
Pagel. Yes. Ritterbusch.
Yes.
Smock.
Yes.
Westlake.
Yes.
Zobrist and
Yes.
Elam. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you very much. First part of the evening now is a public hearing section. Prior to beginning this, I'd like our council to give a brief notice to the public regarding public hearings and how they're actioned.
Thank you. Public hearing is being held tonight pursuant to published notice. Any person wishing to address the Plan Commission will be afforded an opportunity to do so. They'll have an opportunity to give testimony to the Plan Commission, which will be given under oath or affirmation. Upon being called by our chair, we'd have you approach our court reporter and be sworn in. At the conclusion of the public hearing, the Plan Commission will take action on the request before it. The Plan Commission makes recommendations only. The village board is responsible for final action.
Great, thank you very much. So the first public hearing this evening is petition number 15-01ZA SP. This is Casey's General Stores seeking combination zoning and amendment of special use permit at 101 Detroit Avenue. This is currently zoned I-2. The proposed rezoning change would be from I-2 to B3 and a special use for fuel sales. Is there anyone here from the petitioner who would like to speak? If you would mind getting sworn in here with our reporter and then state your name.
Please right hand, please. Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Great, thank you.
My name is Patrick Moon, engineering manager for Farnsworth Group, here on behalf of the petitioner and Casey's General Stores. As you already stated, Casey's General Stores are proposing to build a store at the location of Jefferson and Detroit. At part of the project, in meeting with staff, we talked about the project in general. I recognized, and Casey's agrees, that a B3 zone is more appropriate for their proposed use. And from what I understand, the surrounding areas are generally a B3 zone, so it should be compatible. Other than that, and asking for the special use for fuel sales at this location, I think it's pretty straightforward for what they want to do. It's a typical 4,300 square foot store that they've done locally in the area. I believe there's 6 fuel pumps proposed with it as well. So any general questions or specific questions, I can answer those as appropriate when if you have them.
I appreciate it. The Commission knows there was a packet included in your agenda that shows a brief statement, a summary from Casey's General Store that handled a couple of questions in and of itself. Are there any questions here from the table to the Commissioner?
Yeah, I just had a question. This doesn't necessarily pertain to the land usage, but just out of my own curiosity, will there be 2 Casey's in town then, or are they relocating?
Yeah. There'll be 2 Casey's in town.
Okay. Thank you.
Any questions here? Okay, hearing none, do we have a motion to approve?
Make sure nobody.
Oh, that's true. Is there anyone from the public who also wants to speak? Thank you. I move at a fast pace sometimes. I get ahead of myself. All right. Any other questions from the table? Now hearing none, if we could have a motion to approve.
So moved.
Motion made. Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion made and second for petition number 15-01ZA, special use. If you could call.
Keach.
Yes.
Pagel.
Yes.
Ritterbusch.
Yes.
Smock.
Yes.
Westlake.
Yes.
Zobrist.
Yes.
Elam. Yes. And Farrell.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item this evening is petition number 15-02 SP. Dale and Susan Colby seeking special use permit to allow for supported living facility at 111 East Jefferson Street. This is currently an R2 zone. Is there anyone here from the petitioner who would like to talk to the commission?
Susan Colby.
Susan, how are you? If you would
Hi.
step forward, please, and be sworn in.
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or oath to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Just for the record and for television, could you please go ahead and restate your name into the microphone, please?
Susan Colby, 515 East Adams in
Thank you.
Morton.
What can you tell us about the project that you'd like to share with the commission tonight?
Well, our son, who's turning 25 on Saturday, is disabled. He has Down syndrome. And our vision for his future, his long-term future, is something different than what's available. Currently in Morton, we have two wonderful agencies, Apostolic Christian Services, which runs villas in the neighborhoods, as well as TCRC. Unfortunately, neither one of those models fit what we see for Trevor in terms of freedom and accessibility to walk to work, to live in the place that we choose for him, or to live with the people that he chooses to live with. There's an alternative out there called supported living arrangements. It would be new in Morton. We have supported living arrangements in Peoria and all over the state of Illinois, as well as around the country. But in Morton, it's new. So we had purchased this house 4 or 5 years ago, thinking in terms of a rental property. We really weren't thinking of Trevor, per se. My mother-in-law and my sister-in-law lived in the home for the last 5 years. And then Grandma passed away, and Trevor got funded through the state of Illinois. Funded means that he got a housing stipend, and there are over 20,000 people that are sitting on waiting list in Illinois waiting for stipends. Trevor won the lottery, basically, and it forced us into making some decisions. I met with TCRC, I met with Apostolic Christian Services, and we, as a family, talked about it. And for us, the ideal situation would be to rehab the house that we already owned and engage an agency such as Bethesda Lutheran Services, who should be walking through the door any minute. I'm very sorry. Anyway, Bethesda leases homes from individuals and runs them as a supported living arrangement. We would have individuals living there that have disabilities. The house will have 5 residents. We're hoping for a young couple upstairs, as well as 3 young men on the main and lower level. There'll be 24/7 supervision. They'll be supported for everything that they need, from paying the bills to maintaining the property. All those supports will be there through Bethesda. So what we need is just a different label for this property other than the R2.
Okay. Any questions from the table this evening? Are all residents of this facility going to be placed through Bethesda?
Yes.
And managed through through Bethesda?
Yes.
Okay.
There are layers to this, getting to that point. Families go through a social service agency called CISA. CISA works with the family and says, okay, well, these are the agencies out there. Who do you want to work with? So they facilitate that. So there is an intermediary, another layer.
Absolutely. And this is residence. This isn't vocational training. This is independent living, sort of a transitional independent living where they've got some support. And
It is permanent housing.
yeah, okay.
Our long-term plans, if this property, I don't know what, I haven't been paying attention what the city's got up their sleeves, but the property location is unique, and it is in the heart of Morton. I could see that changing down the road where we, frankly, after going through what I'm going through right now, working on this project, I would really like to repeat that. There are a lot of families out there that don't have options for their adults with disabilities. When you look at over 20,000 people waiting for housing, we have friends that are in their late 60s, that their kids are still living at home. It's not the ideal situation. And unfortunately, our state is 50th out of 50 states in terms of funding and supportive housing for people with disabilities. So there's this huge need, and I would love to see more houses like this. I can pick one in my neighborhood. So I would love to do that every year for the next 10 years and have multiple houses.
Okay.
But right now, we're just working on this one. Just shoot me.
It's a good start. Any questions from the table? Okay. Any further comments or questions from the public?
And this is Lisa Potter. She's from Bethesda Lutheran Services.
Okay.
We thought we were last on the agenda.
Well, you're close. Middle. We move quick.
Justin's fast.
If there's no other comments here and when there's no other conversation from the public, do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Thank you. We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
And we have a second for the petition number 1502 SP. Cindy, when you're ready.
Pagel,
Yes.
Ritterbusch,
Yes.
Smock,
Yes.
Westlake,
Yes.
Zobrist,
Yes.
Elam,
Yes.
Farrell,
Yes.
and Keach.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you for your presentation.
Thank you.
Okay, that ends this evening's public hearing section. Moving on to other business. First item up is the preliminary and final plat for the Casey subdivision, Lot 2 of the O'Reilly subdivision or re-subdivision of Tract 5, west half of Section 17, etc. You all have the subdivision plat here. Do we have a motion? Roger, real quick question from the table. On the subdivision, I noted that Casey's in their notification to the Planning Commission noted, as many people know, they choose sites based on traffic. They don't expect any increases. The ingress lanes and egress lanes for this, you're obviously city has approved and is comfortable with everything.
We're good with all that,
Yeah, it all looked good. There were no notes from the city at all that we need to be aware of.
No.
Okay. Any comments from the table? Or questions regarding the plat that you have in front of you? Hearing none, you know the drill.
I'll make a motion to approve the preliminary and final plats.
Thank you very much. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Pagel,
Yes.
Ritterbusch,
Yes.
Smock,
Yes.
Westlake,
Yes.
Zobrist,
Yes.
Elam,
Yes.
Farrell,
Yes.
and Keach.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. Roger?
Nothing else tonight.
We're missing trustee Newhouse.
He will be
Conversation.
here next month.
Okay. Is that Zach Maloof right there?
That is Zach.
Well, come on up, Zach. What can we do for you?
I'm not sure if I should make this now, but Tom Davies wanted me to join you.
Oh my gosh, Tom Davies sent you in here.
He did.
What do you have for us, and we'll see if we need to swear.
This is kind of regarding the same thing with the Casey's lot. We were just looking to request a zoning change from the rest of the lot, the parcel that's I-2, to change it to B3 because we feel that the property is presently zoned industrial, But
Yeah.
the size and the location are not conducive.
We got it. You got it covered.
Is that already covered?
Yep.
Yes.
First item on the agenda.
Never mind.
It's all right. You're that good.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Good job, Zach. Thank you. You owe the gentleman from Farnsworth dinner, I believe. Or 2%, whichever. Okay. I guess that's it. If there's nothing else from the city, do we have a motion for adjournment?
So moved.
We have a motion to adjourn. Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Thanks, everyone.